Yo, what's up? What's up? Welcome to a brand new edition of Sentell live on Facebook. I am your host, the sensational Sentell Wildman, and I'm glad that you are watching me. Big weekend over in sports over the weekend. Had some good college football games. Of course, NFL had a huge fight out in Vegas between Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. Well, a great fight it was. Plus, we got Kyri Irving on First Take this morning. Kevin Durant with this weird, bizarre Twitter story, and so much more to get into. So again, glad that you are here with me. And I want to start with this. I guess I'm gonna tell a little bit of a story, but it's not a story, but this is how I want to begin the program. Back on January the 4th, 2012. The Clemson Tigers walked off the field at Sun Life Stadium, having been beaten by the West Virginia Mountaineers by the score 70-33. So 2012, the Clemson Tigers walk off the field at Sun Life Stadium, having been beaten by West Virginia 70-33. South Carolina fans, Georgia fans, football fans around the world joined in to clown and joke and take shots at the Clemson Tigers. They were the butt of every joke. Fast forward to today. Since January the 4th, 2012, the Clemson Tigers are 60-9. I repeat, since 2012, January 4th, the Clemson Tigers are 60-9. They've beaten Oklahoma twice. They've beaten Ohio State twice. They've beaten LSU. They've beaten Georgia. They've beaten Notre Dame. They've beaten South Carolina 3 straight years. They've beaten Florida State twice. And, of course, they beat Alabama to win the national championship game. What changed between that 2012 game against West Virginia until now? And the first thing you have to do is give credit to the athletic director, Dan Radakovich. Because I know some of you Clemson fans out there are saying I was with Dabo from day one. I believe in Dabo. Dabo is our guy. Got off to a rough start. 4-3 in the interim, first season, 2009. Wasn't very good. 2010, they go 6-7. They already lost to South Carolina 3 years straight, 2010 and 2012. Lost to Kentucky in bowl games. Then, of course, that led you up to the 2012 Orange Bowl, which they got humiliated, embarrassed, and beat down. But fast forward to today. The Clemson Tigers are 60-9 since that game. And one of the biggest hires following that Orange Bowl loss was the hiring
hiring of Brett Venables, who I consider to be the best defensive coordinator in all of college football. And week in and week out, he proves that. Having said all of this about Clemson, I think right now they are the premier college football program in America. I did not stutter. I think the Clemson Tigers, as of right now, are the premier college football program in America. 60-9 since 2012. Since 2012. Since the loss to West Virginia at Aaronborough. Humiliating loss. They hired Brett Venables in 2012. And in those 5 years since Brett Venables has been defensive coordinator, they went from 54th to 44th to 2nd, 6th, and 10th in total defense. In the last 3 years, they've averaged a 3rd overall defense in college football. In that time, the offense, in 2012, they were 7th. 2013, they were 9th. I'll skip 2014 because that was Deshaun's freshman year. Cole Stout. They didn't know who was the quarterback, even though we all know Deshaun should have started from day one. In 2015, they finished 10th. And then last year, they finished 12th in offense. So with that combination, I think this program is poised and ready to make an Alabama-like type run over the next 6, 7, 8 years. And they have the requisite parts and pieces to do it. If you look at this run that I'm speaking of, Alabama is still currently in the run, so the run ain't over. But in 8 years, Alabama won 4 championships, went to 5, appeared in 7 New Year's 6 bowl games. I think Clemson has the capability of winning a couple national championships in the next few years, get into 3, maybe 4. It's going to be a lot harder with the playoff now to make that type of run, but I think they are built to make this type of run based on what I just told you, the combination of offense and defense. Kudos to Chad Morris, who helped start this thing with Taj Boyd. Now you have Jeff Scott, Tony Elliott. But the combination of their offense and their defense, that's what separates them from Bama. If you look at Bama run, they haven't had really great offense. Their best offenses in the run that I'm just speaking of is 18. So very mediocre offense. Defense is, out of this world. Their defense is out of this world. But the combination that Clemson has of offense and defense, the way they develop in their quarterback, and it's kind of like if you played the NCAA video game back in the day, like me and my friends did, and once you reach that 6-star, you would have quarterbacks who would be really good. They would leave, but you would have this redshirt sophomore, redshirt junior who'd been there for a couple of seasons. And he would step right in, and there would be no drop-off. Sometimes he would even play better than the guy that left. And that's what's happening now. Taj Boyd was good. Sean Watson was even better. And now Kelly Bryant is playing to that level, keeping it status quo. And with the defense that they have, oh my goodness. At times last year, Clemson got complacent because they were already really good. We expected them to be good. And their only goal was to get to the championship, obviously, and win it. This year, you got a group of guys who out there playing right now who have an edge because they feel like we've slighted them. We've told them they can't be as good as they were because they lost so many pieces, myself included. So they're playing with this unbelievable edge. Guys on offense want to prove that they can be as good as the players that left beforehand. So right now, as it stands, the Clemson Tigers are the premier program in college football. They, along with Alabama. And the gap is really big. Ohio State, elite program, but we've seen them on the field with Clemson. We've seen them in big games lately. Oklahoma, same deal. They good, but we've seen them on the field. Clemson hasn't gone well. But right now, and see, when you reach this level that Clemson is at, and you're not one of those teams, you have to play a perfect game to beat them now, or have them make a ton of mistakes and turn the ball over and play an incredibly sloppy game. That's the only way you beat this team now. This is the level they're at right now. You have to play a perfect game, or they have to be sloppy and make a mistake-filled game. That's the only way you beat this team right now. So, kudos to Dabo Swinney, the AD Dan Radakovich, because it could have been easy for them. Because I know you fans, after they lost 3 straight to South Carolina and losing bowl games to Kentucky and not off to a tremendous start, I know you guys were groaning and moaning about Dabo. But kudos to Dan Radakovich for standing pat, not making a move. Now you're reaping the benefits of your patience. Clemson Tigers, the premier program in college football. And I am not, this is not hyperbole. These are facts. These are facts. All right. So we're going to move on. And I got a new segment I want to try out. And much like new segments, you know, it's trial and error, baby. It's trial and error. But this is going to be basically right and wrong. So it's like Sentell was so right, or it was, oh, hell, Sentell, what was you thinking? So this is this segment of Sentell was so right, or, oh, hell, Sentell, what was you thinking? So let's kick off this segment. Let's see how this segment works for me. All right. And I'm a positive guy, so I'll start with the positives. When Sentell was right, I had Mississippi State over LSU. I told you I believe in Nick Fitzgerald. I told you if you give Dan Mullen a dual threat quarterback, you can do some things. I am very high on Nick Fitzgerald. Had him in my top 10 quarterbacks coming into the season in college football. If you didn't know him, you know him now. Beat down by Mississippi State, which, you know, 37-7 was surprising. But given that LSU was very overrated, they shouldn't have been at 12, especially given their offensive ineptitude the last couple of years. It's going to take Matt Canada a couple of years to get that offense rolling, but that's where I was right. Well, oh, hell, Sentell, you were so wrong. I was wrong on Josh Allen. I am out on Josh Allen. If you don't know who Josh Allen is, he's the quarterback for the Wyoming Cowboys. His 2 biggest games so far against real competition, he has looked horrible, including last weekend against Oregon, where he goes for 9 for 24 for 64 yards. Let me say that again. 9 for 24 for 64 yards, 1 pick. They play Oregon. Oregon defense was ranked 100th in the nation. So this ain't the Chicago Bears 85 defense or the 2000 Ravens or the 2002 Buccaneers. They played the Oregon Ducks. He threw for 64 yards. Now, I realize you're not playing a lot of talent on the outside because you're at Wyoming, but when you're supposed to be a transcendent type player or this elite type player, you're supposed to elevate the play of your teammates. So far, I haven't seen it from Josh Allen. So I was dead wrong on Josh Allen. He may go on to be a good pro, but I am off the Josh Allen train. Where I was right, I had Falcons over Packers. And y'all know I love me some Aaron Rodgers. But until Green Bay gets a running game and a defense that can actually stop someone, they won't beat Atlanta. Now, I picked Green Bay to beat Atlanta in the NFC Championship game. But that's all based if Green Bay can get them in Lambeau. But if this game is in Atlanta, Green Bay can't beat Atlanta. It's presently constructed. Aaron Rodgers is basically Michael Jackson, and the rest of the Packers are the Jackson 5. Tito, Randy, whoever else, Latoya, all the rest of the Jacksons. He's Michael. The rest of them are just out there. But until they can get a running game, a legit running back, they have a running back right now who's a receiver. Both tackles were out last night, which ain't helping the offensive line that's already bad to begin with. So until they get an offensive line, defense, Aaron Rodgers gonna spend some valuable years wasted in Green Bay. That's why I was right. Where I was wrong, I had the Gamecocks over Kentucky. Silly me. I thought the Gamecocks had a chance to end this 3-game lose streak in Kentucky. They came out, the first offensive play of the game. Deebo Samuel scores a touchdown, and then from there it was all downhill. And they make matters worse. They lose Deebo Samuel for the season, or most of the season, with a broken ankle. Devastating. So I was wrong. I had Carolina beat Kentucky. Well, I was right. And I told you guys about this guy in the preseason. I told you guys all summer. Mason Rudolph, quarterback, Oklahoma State. I don't even need to get into all of the specifics, but I will. Mason Rudolph, Saturday, had 5 TDs in the first half. Through 3 games, he has 11 touchdowns, only 1 pick, a 72% completion percentage. He's 68 of 94 with a quarterback rating of 210. That's right. I said a quarterback rating of 210. His QBR is 92. Where I was wrong, AFC South. Oh, it was too soon. I thought 2 teams could get in from the division. Right now, I don't see it. I knew Jacksonville. I knew the coach would stink. But I figured Tennessee and the Texans would be a lot better. And they could get better throughout the season. But right now, there's no way the AFC South gets 2 teams in. So I was dead wrong. 2 teams from the AFC South getting in. And last but not least, where I was right, I had the Vanderbilt Commodores beating Kansas State. Shout out to the fighting Derek Masons, I'm sorry. The Vanderbilt is now 3-0. Kyle Shermer played well, 200 yards passing, had a TD, but very efficient again, no turnovers. So shout out to Vandy with a big win over Kansas State. That's where I was right. That's where I was wrong. Or you could say, well, Sentell was so right, and well, Sentell, what the hell was you thinking? And that, that's what happens. So that was where I was right, where I was wrong. Moving along. Had some college games over the weekend. Good games over the weekend. Had obviously the Clemson Louisville game was the game of the weekend, supposedly. But like I just told you, Clemson is playing just on another level right now. Kelly Bryant has been sensational. He was 22 of 32, had a touchdown, had 2 rushing TDs, so 3 total touchdowns. They had over 600 yards worth of offense. And I know Louisville, I told you guys, Louisville not even better than it was last year. But it's the way Clemson just dominated them. They sacked Lamar Jackson 4 times. They dominated the ball. They had the ball for 35 minutes. They're just on another level right now. Louisville had no shot in this game, no chance. So Clemson dominated, beat down in Louisville. The game of the weekend was Texas at USC. What I could have put on my wrong list was Texas was a 17-point underdog. Got to give it up to Texas for showing so much heart, being in the game, with a chance to win it. The freshman quarterback, Ellinger, played very well with a lot of heart, but the undoing was the 4 turnovers, including a costly fumble in the second overtime, as it looked like they were going in to at least take the lead. Ellinger fumbles on the sneak. USC gets the ball. Subsequently, hits a field goal, and that's all she wrote. But kudos to Texas. I thought they would get murdered, but they played well. Sam Darnold again shows you why he is the real deal. This kid is legit. No reason why teams are tanking in the NFL to get this guy. He is the real deal. Another great game from him. 397, 3 TDs. Sam Darnold looks the part. And I mean, part of the reason why I picked USC to even be in the Final Four is Sam Darnold. They lost a ton on defense. Didn't return a whole lot on offense, but this guy is special. And if you watch the game Saturday night, you know what I mean. He was absolutely sensational. Sensational. An interesting game over the weekend also was Memphis and UCLA. UCLA travels all the way to Memphis. Riley Ferguson, who I told you guys about over the summer, threw for 6 TD passes and 398 yards. Josh Rosen threw 400 yards, but he had two soul-crushing interceptions in the game. But he threw for 463, and UCLA loses to Memphis. It's either Josh Rosen or bust for UCLA right now. Not a whole lot going on for the Bruins. Upset of the weekend, Northern Illinois of the MAC beat Nebraska 21-17. Northern Illinois was a 6-7 football team last year in the MAC. Upset Nebraska. The glory days of Nebraska are gone. The Tom Osborne black shirt defense, the Tommy Frazier's and Scott Frost and all the guys you want to name, Lawrence Phillips, those days are gone. And I don't know if they'll ever get them back again. A loss that people in Nebraska would not take very lightly. Losing to Northern Illinois at home, only scoring 17 points. The coach is Mike Riley. Look him up if you don't know who he is. Nebraska has fallen so far from the glory days. So upset of the weekend, Northern Illinois over Nebraska. Also, Stanford lost this weekend. Also, can't remember the opponent, but they had a humiliating loss as well. Not a lot of big games from the NFL, but a surprising game to me. Denver and Dallas. Denver drilled the Cowboys 42-17. They held Zeke Elliott to 9 carries for 8 yards. They dominated the time possession, 33 minutes and 50 seconds. They held the ball. Dak Prescott threw the ball a career high 50 times, which is not his game at all. Only had an average completion of about 8 yards of completion. Dez Bryant was completely taken out of his game. So impressive win by Denver. A tough place to play. I should have realized that before I picked the Cowboys to win this game. But and a good win by Denver over Dallas. So we come to the night. We have the Giants versus the Lions on Monday Night Football. Biggest questions obviously is, will Odell play? As of right now, saying he's a game time decision. The Giants are coming off embarrassing loss last Sunday night to the Cowboys, where they only managed to score 3 points. Running game is still a huge issue. Offensive line is a huge issue. They only had about 35-yard rushing last weekend, so they'll look to revamp and have a better performance than they did last Sunday night. Lions had a win last weekend over the Redskins. Over Arizona, sorry. Matthew Stafford played very well, 29-41 for 292 yards, 4 TDs, fresh off signing the most expensive contract in NFL history. Kudos to him. Golf clap. So we got that. So we got Cowboys and Giants tonight. Don't know if Odell gonna play. We shall see. See how it goes. If you just joined the program, you want to get in, I have the line open right now. 864-378-5943. This is Overreaction Monday. This is where you college fans who teams are 3-0, saying you're gonna win the national championship now, and you have your teams who are out there who are 2-1 who come off a loss, and you're saying we're the worst team in college football. And I'm here to help everybody. I'm here to, be your problem solver. So if your team is 3-0, I'm here to tell you you might not be as good as you think, or tell you you might be as good as you think you are. Or if you're bad, I'm here to tell you you might not be as bad as you think you are, or you are as bad as you think you are. So I am here. I am here for you for that. So if you want to call in, the number is 864-378-5943. 378-5943. You missed me at the top of the program. I talked about Clemson. Clemson is now the premier program in college football right now. It's them in Alabama, and then it's a gap, and then everybody else. I'm here to break that news to you that Clemson is the premier program in college football right now. And it's sad that it's not sad, but it's just like, I remember those days when I was the premier program in college football, but it is what it is. Kyri Irving was on First Take this morning. He had some interesting things to say. So let's check out some of what Kyri Irving had to say this morning on First Take.
Well, it was interesting 6 years. You think about how the journey transcended my career from starting the first 3 years. That was a picture in itself, and then the last 3 years. And you think about those finite moments that have defined you as a player and as a man. You're very appreciative of it. Getting the chance to play with some unbelievable teammates. I had the chance to be with some unbelievable coaches as well. I got a chance to develop and evolve as a man, and I just felt it was best for my intentions to leave. I was just very patient in my approach, understanding what the magnitude of the moment was. I wasn't going to allow anything else to get in the way of our team's success. So I was just very diligent, very professional in terms of this whole entire process. And the request came at a time where I felt it deemed right for me as a 25-year-old evolving man. Coming in to perfect my craft every single day, I just wanted to be in an environment where I felt like I could be taught every single day and have that demand from my coaching staff, have a demand from a franchise that would propel me to exceeding my potential of seeing how far.
That was Kyri Irving this morning on First Take. I always tell you that two things can be true. A lot of people saying he's crazy for leaving LeBron. You're a fool. And that could be true from a basketball standpoint, yes. But LeBron is the ultimate diva. There's a lot that comes with playing and being a teammate with LeBron that has nothing to do with basketball. A lot of outside stuff. And you can tell that Kyrie just didn't want to deal with it anymore. But he was very professional because until he told you, you never knew it was a problem in the locker room. So that's how you're supposed to do it. How many times have we seen athletes get upset and it spills into the locker room and messes up team chemistry and the team falls apart? But Kyrie was so professional, even though he was unhappy with things that was going on in the organization, he came to work every day. He didn't say anything about it. He didn't want to disrupt anything in chemistry for the team on the court. But as soon as he got his opportunity, he left. And I'm not mad at him for that whatsoever. He explained himself very well. He doesn't owe anybody an explanation. I mean, he thought the decision was best for him. So you can't really fault him. I mean, I know we all gonna think, why are you leaving LeBron? But again, there's a lot of things going to be a team up with LeBron. The organization is completely focused on LeBron. It's built around LeBron. Every move, every decision. LeBron is the ultimate diva. He calls out teammates all the time in these little subtle jabs and tweets and comments and post-game interviews. So it's very demanding to be a teammate. So two things could be true. So that was Kyrie this morning on First Take. If you have any thoughts on that, call in and talk about what Kyrie had to say this morning. 864-378-5943. 378-5943. If you have any comments on what Kyri said this morning on First Take, like I say, I have no issue with Kyri whatsoever. It seems like we always got to make a bad guy out of someone, so that's what we do. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, two things can be true. It's not the best basketball move, because not right in the short term, because Cleveland's still better than Boston. But in the long term, it could be a better basketball move. But as a personal move, if you feel like this is what you want to do, no one should be sit there and tell you what you should do in a situation like that, because you're not living through that situation. You're not in the locker room every day. You're not around LeBron every day, so you don't know what's going on. So all of you seeing is what's on the court. So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So lines are open if you want to discuss any of the college football action from the weekend. Gamecocks lose. Deebo Samuel out most of the season. Clemson dominates Louisville. If you want to talk about that, Georgia beats Sanford, so nothing major there. If you just joined me again, top of the program, I told you, Clemson Tigers, premier program of college football right now. It's them in Alabama, and it's a gap than a lot of other people. And like I said, they can lose 2 games this year, because I haven't lose 2 games, and they can go and lose 2 games. But like I said, if you beat them, you're going to have to play a perfect game, or they themselves going to have a horrible game and play sloppy and turn it over. Because if they play their game, there's one other team right now that can even stand up to them athletically and talent-wise, and we know who that is. That's Alabama. So also had a huge fight this weekend in Vegas. Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. If you watch this fight, you got your money's worth. It ended in a draw, which is I wasn't upset as much about I wasn't upset about the draw, but I am upset that an official would score the fight 118-111 to Canelo Alvarez. See, this is why boxing has the problem that it has right now, legitimate issues, because nobody trusts. You cannot trust any damn judges. You can't trust the promoters. This is why UFC has pass boxing, MMA pass boxing, because of this reason. You don't know who to believe. You don't know what to trust. And for a judge to have a fight of that magnitude, that competitive, 118-11 is just insane. And he's loser. And I mean, understandably, I mean, the fact that you have a fight 118-111 for Canelo Alvarez is just loser. I don't understand. I don't understand how he even remotely has 118-111. He should be arrested on sight. Arrested on sight. 118-111. But we're gonna get a rematch, which we probably would have got one anyway if it had been a winner. I think Triple G, personally, I think he won the fight, but I can see how you could score for Canelo as well. I mean, those guys were throwing bombs. They were throwing haymakers. I mean, this is a fight that you would want to spend your money on, because it was worth every penny that you would have spent on it. So, really good fight out in Vegas this weekend. Again, lines are open, 864-378-5943. 378-5943. If you want to call in and talk about all the games from this past weekend. I know I ain't no Cowboy fans to call in, because I know they don't want to talk about nothing that happened on the weekend, because they got beat down. But if you want to talk about Clemson win over Louisville, South Carolina fans, if you want to talk about 4 straight loss to Kentucky, yeah. Florida fans, you want to talk about that ugly football game and Gainesville this past weekend. Florida won, yay, but just an ugly, ugly football game for about 56 minutes. And then it became very entertaining, but an ugly football game nevertheless. Florida wins 26-20. If you missed it, Hail Mary with no time on the clock from about 63 yards out. Florida wins, so it was exciting, but yet an ugly, ugly football game. But I would take a win over an ugly, ugly loss any day of the week. So there you have that. Again, number is 864-378-5943. If you want to call in, 864-378-5943. That is the number. Also, quickly, I guess, I don't know if anybody heard about this Kevin Durant story, but it's pretty funny. Apparently, Kevin Durant has 2 separate Twitter accounts. And on one of the Twitter accounts, I don't know if his publicist or somebody in his marketing department went on to his actual KD Twitter account and tweeted why Kevin Durant basically left OKC. And it's pretty much what we all thought, for the most part. So I guess it's not shocking, but it's just funny to see it because he's trying to hide that, and then it comes to public light. So it was pretty funny, basically saying he didn't like Billy Donovan. He thought other than Russell, the roster was weak, trash. So Kevin Durant telling us something that we already knew, but us getting that information in a way that we probably thought we wouldn't have got that information. But nevertheless, we got that information. So that was funny over the weekend. Also, some good, not a lot of good NFL games yesterday. Pittsburgh Steelers got a good win yesterday. The return of Martavis Bryant with his first touchdown catch after the year-long suspension. He had 98 yards, I think 5 catches. It was good to see him in the end zone. And of course, he broke out the dice game celebration. And being that he's from Calhoun Falls, I am not shocked at all that a dice game celebration broke out. I am not shocked at all. I would have bet 99.9% that the chance that him breaking out of a dice game celebration would have been the choice, and it was. So good to see the hometown kid in the end zone. Matter of fact, Calhoun Falls had a big weekend with Kelly Bryant playing out of his mind Saturday, and then Martavis Bryant scoring a touchdown the first time in over a year playing. So big weekend for the Calhoun Falls, for the city of Calhoun Falls, town of Calhoun Falls. I stand corrected. Big weekend for us. So if you want to talk about Kelly Bryant's performance, Martavis Bryant's performance, you can. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. Want to hear from you guys on a variety of things. College games this weekend, NFL. I talked about Clemson at the open. If you want to discuss some of what I said this morning. Texas USC was a great game. Dallas Broncos. So we got the Lions and the Giants tonight. Will Odell Beckham play? Won't he play? Who knows what's gonna happen? So, guys, if you're out there tuning in, call, comments, anything. I think I missed a comment earlier. Who wins, Georgia or Mississippi State? That is going to be a good ball game. Hadn't gave a lot of thought to it right now. It's Monday, so I haven't had a chance to just look at it. I don't even know where they're playing. I believe the game's in Athens. Not sure. If I had to make a pick right now, I'd probably go Georgia. It's going to be tough for Mississippi State to come down off that huge win at home. I mean, they just drilled LSU at home. Hard to get back up for. I know you're playing Georgia, and it's a Bulldog versus Bulldog matchup, but Georgia at home, having an easy win last week. Probably started preparing for Mississippi State last week. They've seen what Nick Fitzgerald can do. So I'll give Georgia the edge right now if the game's in Athens. So right now, Georgia. I'll take Georgia over Mississippi State. You missed it earlier. I had this new segment. I tried it out. Where Sentell was so right, and then hell, Sentell, you were so wrong. And I had some rights. I had some wrongs last weekend. I was right with Mississippi State. I had the Falcons. I've been telling you about Mason Rudolph forever. I had Bandy over K-State. But then I had some wrongs. I had South Carolina beating Kentucky. I had USC big over Texas, but that didn't come to fruition. USC did get the win, however. So if you missed that early in the program as well, talked about a variety of things so far. Talked about Kyri Irving being on First Take. Even talked about Kevin Durant's fake Twitter account, sort of, kind of thing he did this morning. Talked about some of the games over the weekend in college. Also talked about some of the games in the NFL over the weekend as well. Big game tonight, Monday Night Football, Giants and Lions. Giants trying to recover from a humiliating loss on opening night to the Cowboys. Lions looking to build off a win against the Arizona Cardinals. So if you're out there watching, give me a call at 864-378-5943. We can discuss a multitude of things. Anything that you choose to discuss, call in right now, 864-378-5943. My thoughts back to Clemson Louisville game. Once again, Clemson was absolutely dominant, sacking Lamar Jackson 4 times, racking up 600 yards with the offense. Kelly Bryant looked the part. So just overall, just a dominating win from the Tigers. So they're 3-0. It's going to be tough. I think at this point right now, I think Alabama and Clemson had to separate themselves from the pack. But we got a long season, and we should see how things play out. Again, the number is 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. If you're out there watching, if you're listening to me, we thank you. I thank you. This is Sentell. I'm your host, Sentell Wyden, on a Monday edition, the Overreaction Monday edition. Overreaction Monday is for fans who see things on Saturday and Sunday and just go crazy with it. Whether you won a game, now you think you're going to win the Super Bowl or national championship, or if you lost Saturday, you think you're going to win another game, and if you lost Sunday, you think we're going to be in the top 5 of the draft. I'm here to temper all of those expectations, and I'm here to not kick you when you're down. I'll not kick you when you're down unless it's deemed necessary to kick you while you're down. So I won't do that. So there we go. Again, 864-378-5943, 378-5943. Sentell's Intel, baby. Live on Facebook, Monday edition, Overreaction edition. If you join me late, talked about Clemson in the beginning of the program. Kind of documented going back January 4th, 2012. The Tigers losing at that time to West Virginia, 70-33. 70-33. And how they were the butt of all jokes from all fans, not just Carolina fans, not just Georgia fans, but everybody's fans. They even coined phrases of pulling a Clemson or Clemsoning was hot for a while. But since January 4th, 2012, the Clemson Tigers are 60-9. In that time, they've beaten Oklahoma twice, Ohio State twice. They've beaten LSU. They've beaten Georgia. They've beaten Notre Dame. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak against South Carolina. They're on a 2-game winning streak against Florida State. And of course, they beat Bama to win the national championship this past season, and were very close 2 years ago. But the Tigers, I think they're the premier program in all of college football right now. I believe that wholeheartedly, and I think they have the ability and capabilities of going on one of these Alabama-type runs where they get the multiple national championship games in the next 6, 7, 8 years. maybe win at least 2. I think they are very capable and are in a position to accomplish those goals. I'm gonna stay for a few more seconds, maybe a minute or two, and then I'll get out of here and get ready for Giants and Lions tonight. Giants and Lions, obviously, a huge big question of the night is, will Odell play? Right now, he's listed as a game time decision, so we shall see. If you missed Kyri Irving on First Take this morning, had some very interesting things to say. I played that for you. So I'm gonna get out of here for the evening. This has been Sentell's Intel. You know who I am. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating if you did. I will see you guys maybe at the end of this week, but more than likely sometime early next week. But thank you again for watching. I had a good show, so we'll see you guys next time. I'm out.